Question number 3. We are asked to take f of x and divide it by g of x. And we know that all x values are such that g of x will never equal 0. Now, our entire goal is just to select the correct multiple choice answer. And we can see we have 4 different options. So I'm going to start by writing this out. I know that f of x is equivalent to 2x to the fourth minus 4x squared plus 9. And then I see that g of x is going to be 3x times x minus 1 times 2x plus 3. Now I'm going to go off the side here and I'm going to FOIL this out. So I'm going to go front, outside, inside, and last. And then I'm going to distribute the 3x all the way through. So I end up with 6x to the third power plus 9x. Well, you know what? First, I can combine like terms to get a positive 1. So plus 3x, and then minus 9x. Now let's just make sure I did this right. This would be 6x to the third. That's correct. This gives me 1x, and 1x times 3x is 3x squared, and 3x times negative 3 is negative 9x. So I'm feeling confident about that piece. Now up top, I have 2x to the fourth minus 4x squared plus 9. We want to talk about the end behavior. So with end behavior, we need to know about asymptote. Specifically, let's think about a horizontal asymptote. So in order for us to decide, is there a horizontal asymptote, we're going to start by analyzing the degree of the numerator and the denominator. That means the largest exponent on a variable in the numerator and the largest exponent on a variable in the denominator. And in this case, we can see the numerator has a larger degree than the denominator. What that means is that no horizontal asymptote will exist, but there will be, in fact, a slant asymptote. So let me go right now and let me show you how do we figure out the slant asymptote. I'm going to take this and push this upwards. Inside will be the numerator. Now, as I write this out, I want to ensure to incorporate each piece. So we have degree 4. So x to the fourth. Now, I need to account for x to the third. There is no x to the third, so I'm going to write 0x to the third minus 4x squared. There is no x to the first, so 0x to the first. And then x to 0 will just be that constant. So 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Everything's accounted for. The same thing here as I take the denominator, which will always be on the outside. So it's to the third, degree 3. So 6x to the third, and then it's going to be 3x squared minus, minus, that should have been a 9, minus 9x plus 0. So 3, 2, 1, and 0. All right, let's get started. How do we go about doing this? Excuse me. I take whatever the outside is and I ask myself, what do I need to multiply 6x cubed by in order to achieve a 2x to the fourth? So 6 times what quantity equals 2? Well, if I'm going to multiply by a quantity and end up with 2, I'm going to multiply by a fraction because really in my mind I'm thinking to myself, okay, 6 divided by 3 is 2. So 6 divided by 3 can also be the same thing as multiplying by 1/3. How is that? We only multiply by the top. So 6 times 1 is 6, divided by 3 is 2. I need a total of 4 x's, which means I need to attach 1 more. So I know that 1/3 x, I go into this column 1/3 x, and before I do anything more, let's go and check our choices. Okay, there's a 1/3 x. This is not 1/3 x. I can cross this out. This is not 1/3 x. It's just 1/3. This is not 1/3 x. And I don't need to do any more work. I don't need to distribute all the way through, change the sign of the second line, combine down and bring this down. I can see I only have one option that has the 1/3 x. So as we go to the far right and as we go to the far left for the function p of x, it's going to get closer and closer to 1/3 x.